Hey, hi Jay. Hi Kumar. How are you?
Yeah, hi. Good.
Hey Rahul, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah,
Yes, I'm fine. So first of all, Kumar joined new in our batch. So Kumar, can you please introduce yourself a bit?
yeah, I'm Kumar. Uh, I just joined the. Uh, I just moved from India a couple of years back. I was doing my business, so
Okay.
into um, that uh, DRDO preferred vendor. I worked as past
Okay. All
14
right.
years. Yeah, yeah,
No problem.
yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share you the recordings, though we don't have the recording, second session recording due to some technical glitch. So
Okay,
we lost the session recording. So maybe by tomorrow, maybe by today afternoon or maybe today night, you are going to get those recordings. I'm going to share you all the meeting, all the study materials, all the documents that we already shared with everyone. I'm going to share everything with you, and please go through those things one by one. No
mm-hmm.
hurries, there is no hurry. So our next session is going to be, I have to discuss with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you feel you have some time, please go through those things and let me know if you have any doubt, any questions, any concerns.
Sure, sure. And these sessions will be weekly, or how it is like?
No, it's scheduled twice a week, right, Jay, Anita?
Yeah. Uh,
So this
Twice.
yes.
session is going to be scheduled twice a week.
Yeah.
Though there is some problem, I'm going to discuss that. Okay,
Uh,
so last, I think there's a schedule call, I think on Monday. Yes, so Monday there
mm,
is some problem with our account. I
mm,
mean, the team is not the team was not working properly. So as you can see, I'm logging from a placement account, right? So
yes.
this is not our traditional account. I mean, this is not my traditional account from where I used to take my classes. But
Mm,
there was some problem with those accounts, so that is why I had to log in into this placement account. That problem is not resolved yet, and because of that particular issue, we lost session number two. I mean, second session's recording. So
okay.
that is lost. We lost that. So no problem. We do have the documentation. So please, you can go through those things,
Okay.
and every day we are touching down some of the practical related activities like
Mm,
flow charts and all. Today we are going to have some flow chart related activities. we
mm,
will cover that in we will cover that through a tool called Miro.
okay.
So that tool we are going to use, and we will cover that thing. And
Mm,
for the rest of the team, guys, I'm not practically sure like when my account will be rectified, or if I have to continue from this account, I don't have any idea like when it's going to be recovered, or I mean when I going to get it back. So for now, it's scheduled from this particular placement related account. So we have to continue that till it's resolved. So I do have some questions, though I'm going to confirm it from John, or maybe I'm going to confirm it from the admin team. Like we already lost a session, that is session number, I mean the 23rd session. So I need to discuss with them what will be the best procedure to compensate that. Maybe the next week we are going to have 3 sessions. I'm going to share you some of the alternative dates, of course, with your confirmation. Then only we are going to schedule that. Without your confirmation, we are not going to do that. So we are going to send a formal email to you. Once you I mean confirm those things via email, then only we will schedule that particular session. Make sense, guys?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Don't worry, guys, that your session will be lost. I mean, the completion date will be delayed. No, there is nothing like that. We are trying to complete it by the scheduled completion date, and it will be completed like that. Kumar, for your case, I'm going to share everything details with you. Please go through those things one by one. Maybe sometimes you will feel that, okay, it's going to be some difficulties to catch it up. It's obvious that you're going to face some difficulties, but it's okay. Whenever you have some time, please go through the previous recordings, previous documentation. It will helpful for you.
Okay,
Okay, all right.
I'll
Yeah,
look into that repeatedly. If any issues
sure, sure, sure.
raise,
No
I'll come.
problem. So, okay, all right, guys. So what we are supposed to discuss today? I think we are supposed to discuss today, that is flowchart related activities, right? So what is flowchart, guys? Any idea? By the time I'm sharing my screen, can anyone please tell me what is flowchart?
It's similar to the workflow diagram we saw, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
decision making.
it's the pictorial representation of any
Representation.
architecture,
Yes, that is
diagrammatic
correct.
representation.
Yes. So I'm sharing my screen, guys. Please let me know if it is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes.
All right. So what is flowchart? Flowchart is a visual, as you already have mentioned, it's a pictorial representation of a process, maybe a system, maybe algorithm, or whatever it is. There is no hard and fast rule that it has to be used for any particular reason, so you can use it like anyways. So let me do a quick minimize over here, so that let me click it. Okay. So there is a hand so that I can show it to you. Okay. All right. So, okay, there are some basic components will be like from where I'm going to start. These are the terminals, like from where I'm starting this, and from till where I'm dragging this up. See, I'm dragging this launch date. So that is a thing, that from where you are starting till how much you are dragging it up, how much you are breaking it up, what is the decision you are taking. See, here are some decisions we are taking. I already discussed some of the things in our BPMN or UML activities. Yes, it's quite a bit similar, but not exactly similar. But yes, we are taking some decisions over here, and by arrowheading we are sharing some of the process, some of the actions over here. All right, these arrowheaded things. We do have some inputs over here. Oh, where is that? Yes, we do have some inputs over here, and we are expecting some of the outputs in the launch date as per this particular example. Okay, so what is this particular example is all about? This particular example is all about, see, let me start from here. It's starting from analyzing current market scenario, identify potential new market, brainstorming new market. This is an evaluation of a new business. How new business are new business are getting structured, getting settled down. This is a perfect flowchart from here. Don't worry, guys. I didn't do this. I am just bringing up through the templates, so you can also do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share you in the next email. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share you this particular URL so that you guys can go through that, and you will have a proper idea like how these things can be done. Okay, I haven't used anything yet. This is just I just take these things from this template related things, and from here I'm doing this. Okay, so the new thing that is you can do is, guys, so you can change this kind of things. Let me remove this one. So you can click it over here, you can change the diagrams. Like for a certain things you feel that okay, this this feedback process, this is actually called a feedback process, feedback loop. So this feedback process should not be there. So what you can do is you can delete it. Okay, so in this way you can modify this kind of things. This is just so simple. I'm just undo the thing and this is back. So in this way you can do it. It's just too easy. I know there are lots of tools out there, Microsoft Visio and lots of things. You can do it from there also. What I feel is that Miro is one of the tools that you can customize, and it is almost free, so you can use those things very efficiently. So that is why we are using this. Okay, all right. So overall, we do have some idea regarding flowcharts and all, so that is fine. Nobody is going to ask you like, tell me, describe me, what is flowchart, all the technicalities and all. No, nobody is going to ask you, to be honest. My next question is, guys, like, okay, why we are discussing BPMN, UML, flowchart? In the next session, we're going to discuss something about use case diagrams. So obviously, I'm going to discuss in detail what is use case diagram and all. That is not today's agenda, but why we are discussing this kind of agenda? Why we are discussing this particular topics like BPMN, UML, flowcharts? What is the use of this? Why we are discussing this in detail? By taking some of the sessions, I mean some portion of our session, why you are discussing this kind of things over here? Any idea?
To study the business case, right?
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
Is it only for that? Any other thoughts, guys?
Workflow, actions.
Okay. 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 All right. Any other thoughts? To be honest,
It's
guys, let me tell you, I'm expecting some precise answer. Yes, go ahead.
it's better to plan everything initially before doing it practically. So these charts, these flows, they helps us to visualize the things that what we are going to work on and then plan accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Okay.
these charts and these flow charts and all this documentation can be used to address the bottlenecks that can be improved, and then we can like start working on the practical aspects.
Okay. So
Maybe.
thanks, Jay. Jay, I guess, right?
Yeah, Rahul.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yes, go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah, maybe
I'm
this is
just.
this is most of the role what a BA does. Mostly they represent everything through a flowchart, through a UML. So this is what most of the time a BA does. So maybe.
Yes. So see, why we are discussing this? First point is clarity. It gives us lots of clarity. I'm describing things, all of the things, and if I have to discuss this through a page, or if I have to write down everything like an essay, it may be 3 or 4 pages essay. You are not going to read those out, but it's very easy to understand what is going on, what is the decision making over there. If yes, what will be the process? If no, what will be the process? Everything in detail. Correct? So clarity is the first point over here. Problem solving. What kind of problem we are facing? Like already you guys mentioned, like bottlenecks. To identify those kind of things, those problem solving things should be appear, should be easily countered from this particular approach. The next thing that is a very much important thing, that is a communication. So guys, whenever you have gathered those requirements, by the way, I already shared some of the documentations regarding requirement gathering and all. I think you have all those things. Please go through that things. There are some requirement related templates. There are some documents like how you can gather those things. And in the next email, what you're going to get it, you're going to get a new email regarding SRS document. I already covered a SRS document. I just complete that particular document, and it's already attached in my draft. Whenever this recording is there, I'm going to download this recording and I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to shoot that email to you guys. So you will have a sample SRS document over there. Okay, coming back over here. Communication. So communication is one of the responsibility of a business analyst. Whenever you are gathered those requirements, you need to share those things to your team, right? So whenever you do have this kind of flow charts or this kind of pictorial diagrams or any kind of visualizations, it is very much helpful for you to describe those kind of things. Later on, whenever we will go forward, whenever we will discuss something regarding analytics, you will come to know some tools like Power BI, like Tableau, though Tableau is one of the costlier thing, but we do have those kind of visualization tool where you will give some idea to your client, like, okay, the how your business is going on. It will give them the freedom, it will give them the idea to take some decisions. Okay, you are not the decision maker, but you will help the decision maker to take some decisions. So yes, it is very much important. So communication is one of the part. Last but not the least, you guys already mentioned the point, that is documentation. Yes, guys. Documentation is very much important. As we have already discussed during our documentation sessions, documentation is one of the things that is your solo responsibility. Like initially, whenever we used to work in waterfall methods, of course I will discuss what is waterfall method in our next session, not today's session. Today's session is something else. In the waterfall method, we are going we in the waterfall method, I mean, sometimes you will get some time to document, but agile is very fast moving process. Whenever you're working in agile, of course I'm going to discuss that in detail, don't worry about it. But whenever we are going to work in agile, the agile process is so fast moving, you won't get a time to do any kind of documentations. But guys, from my practical experience, what I'm telling you, please make it a habit, make some documentations. End of the day, it is going to help you guys. I'm telling you from my 13 years of experience. Even yesterday also, I faced some consequences where by mistake I didn't do some of the documentations, and I felt over there that okay, I should have make documented, I should have document those kind of informations, because I need those documentations. I mean, it was really required that point of time, but there was no documentation, so I was feeling like okay, helpless sort of things. So this is the thing, you won't get any time to do that. Even to be honest, nobody's going to ask you to do any kind of documentations. Of course, you have to make some of the user stories. Of course, we will discuss that what is user stories, but nobody's going to ask you to make a BRD. But I'm telling you guys, make it a thumb rule, please. uh, I don't know what kind of documents you are going to make or what kind of documentation you are going to do. Please make a BRD. This is a thumb rule. Okay. Nobody is going to ask you, but it will help you to analyze the business. It will help you to understand the business. So first, please make a BRD. It is very much essential. All right. So far, do we have any questions, any doubt, any concerns? We already completed the first phase of our today's discussion, that is flow chart with Miro tool. Now we are going to discuss something else. We are going to discuss something about SDLC and STLC. So guys, what is SDLC and what is STLC? Any idea?
It's the
Software
software
development life cycle.
development life cycle. Yeah.
And what is STLC?
SDLC, right?
Yes.
Yeah, software development life cycle.
No, that is SDLC. I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay.
STLC.
Okay.
T for maybe telephone.
Yeah, it's a testing process.
Yes. STLC means software testing lifecycle.
Uh, so I guess like STLC is the part of SDLC, right, John? Right, Rahul?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. STLC is a part of SDLC, but we are going to have a detailed discussion about that. I'm not going to tell you why. Okay, why I'm not going to tell you, because we will have a detailed discussion about testing and all. So there I'm going to discuss the main agenda would be in that particular session, that is why a business analyst should know the process of testing. Maybe there will be some expectation like, okay, Rahul, like the questions can be like that, Rahul, being a business analyst, do we have to test anything? So I'm going to say formally no. Nobody is expecting you to do some testing and all. This is not your cup of tea. To be honest, teams or any company is going to have their own in-house team, or they do have dedicated person to test those things. But there are some special requirement, or there are some special activities. Because of that, you may have to test a bit. A bit means a bit, not that throughout end-to-end testing. There are lots of black box testing, white box testing. No, you don't need to do anything like that. What you need to do is, for your satisfaction, because you are going to face your client, for your satisfaction, you need to do some sort of testing that is a part of manual testing. Of course, this is optional. If you have that kind of a confidence, you can do that. If you want to check something, so you can do. So that checking part is the only thing you can cover, and we will have a detailed discussion about testing in one of our sessions that is not scheduled yet. I am preparing those documents right now, so we will have a detailed discussion about testing. Last but not the least, we are going to have, I mean, as a business analyst, you should cover the UATs, right? What is UAT, guys? Any idea?
User
User
acceptance
acceptance testing.
testing.
Yes, so we have to cover user acceptance testing. So that is why we need to spend some times with our tester. Like, if you are not spending with time with your developers, that is fine. I can live with it. But if you are not spending time with your tester, that is a crime. Being a business analyst, you need to spend some times with your tester so that you can understand what is going on, what kind of bug is raising, because this is going to be reflected in the UAT sessions. Of course, those bugs will be, rectified, those bugs will be fixed, but in the UAT session, you should have proper idea, like in your testing sessions, what kind of bug raise up. So that thing we need to discuss. So of course, that is why we are going to discuss a detailed session about testing. And there are some importance about testing. You should know this being a business analyst, but for that, we are, I mean, it's a long time. There are some time gaps over there. So we do have some time in between. So let's not focus that. We are focusing over there, that is SDLC today. So let me share my screen quickly and let me know if it is visible. Is it visible, guys?
No, no, Rahul.
It's not.
No, it's not visible for me.
Let me, okay, I got it. I'm leaving the session again. I'm going to rejoin. Just hold on. Hey guys, let me share my screen quickly and let me know if it is visible.
Yeah.
Yes, now
Yes.
it's visible. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So as you can see over here, I'm segregating some of the part. As you can see, it will help you to understand like what kind of roles will be there. Let me just quickly. All right. Okay. So I'm just zoom it out. Let me take the hand. Okay, the hand is there. Okay. So I segregated some of the part. There's a job role for the business analyst. There's a job role for the developers. There's a job role for the QA guys, right? And this is all about the process by which we are developing our projects in detail. Am I making sense, guys? And let me know if there is any problem, anything that you want to rectify, or any changes you want to do over here. If you have any other idea, of course, the stage is yours. You can tell me. Is it making sense about this kind of, this is also a flowchart. You can consider this is also a flowchart, yes. And at the same time, I'm showing you the actual SDLC, how practically these things are moving from one section to another sections. Make sense, guys? So there are multiple sections out there. Like first is the activity is going to be the BS activities. like requirement gathering, documentations, design, acceptance design. But POC you can consider. POC means proof of concept. Those kind of things can be done. This is the initial part of the project. So this is the first phase of the project. The next phase is coming, that is the development. In the development, what are the activities they are doing? So they are writing down codes, they are doing some unit testing. Of course, we will cover what is unit testing. So they will do some deployments. Those kind of things is covered in the development phase. The next phase that is coming, that is testing phase. In the testing phase, your testing team will do some activities. Of course, we're going to have those discussion about STLC, what kind of things can be there in the SDLC, how issues from moving here and there in the testing phase. So that thing we have to discuss in detail. We are going to have a detailed discussion today only, but for now we are going to focus on SDLC. So our testing team is going to focus on them regarding whenever the issue is there in their code. They will discuss. They will have done their end of testing. Once it is done, it will move to UAT. Once it is moved to UAT, everything is well. We will go for go live situation. So this is the actually moving part. This is actually a SDLC, software development lifecycle phase. Guys, do you have any questions, any concerns so far over here?
Yeah, I need to check this. Why development cycle business analyst is doing the design? Is
Which
it?
design? Okay, so that is a proof of concept. So, okay, do you know what is wireframe?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Okay, so wireframe is nothing but a freehand sketch. Like let's suppose you're asking me, Rahul, can you please design me, or I need a mobile page where my login option or my email IDs will be there, but I don't want to put my upfront. I don't want to put my password. So you have to proceed with that. Then in the next page, you are going to ask me the passwords. So what I'm going to do is to confirm it from you. I'm going to have a freehand sketch over here. Okay, so that I can show you, okay, are you asking this? So I can confirm you from that. So nowadays we are not done anything freehand or anything like that. We do have lots of tools. Like personally, I'm in love with Balsamic tool. That is like one of the user friendly tool. You guys can obviously use that. If you need, we can have a session or wireframing or and all those things that can be done. But yes, design means not UI UX designing things, but yes, some of the things like mock-up screen, those kind of things can be done. Make sense?
Yeah, got it.
Any other questions, guys?
What
Sorry, I'm
tool
not.
that is?
Yeah. Go on, go on.
What tool that is?
Tool means the wireframing tool.
Yeah,
That is Balsamic.
balsamic. Okay.
Okay. So sorry, guys, I'm not taking your names because it's not visible in front of me. I'm just seeing my screen, and it's, to be honest, it's not visible, so I cannot take your name. So if you have any questions, please, guys, you can ask me.
Yeah, is
Because
that a prototype? What do you mean? It is a prototype,
you
right?
can consider it's a prototype, though prototype has its own concepts. Prototype, to be if you precisely look at prototype, this is something else. But yes, right now you can consider it as a prototype. But to be honest, it's actually not a prototype. It's a proof of concept. POC means proof of concept. It is like you are sharing a concept, nothing else. It's not going to be, whenever you are forming any hand sketch drawing, it's not going to be considered whenever it's going to be designed. But yes, it's a proof of concept. That means you are confirming your concept, nothing else.
Okay.
So it's going to be a reference design, but not exactly. So don't take it like there is no guarantee, or it's you can consider 99% chances are there. Like whenever your UI UX designer is developing those things, they're also they will write down some codes. Whenever they are going to write down those codes, your design won't be considered. They will use it as a concept, but they are not going to design it like that. Make sense? All right. Any further questions, guys? maybe, I mean, you have some different kind of concepts whenever you're discussing the SDLC, but what I like is if I break it like this, it will give you lots of new concepts. So that is a good thing. And don't worry guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this URL with you so that you guys can have a look at it. You can have your email ID to log in over there and you can have it. Like it's a free. Don't worry about it. So any questions from here, guys? Okay, I'm taking it as a no. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen again regarding what? Regarding, oh, my PPTs, my PowerPoint presentation. So for that, I need to log out again. Again, I have to log in. That is a really a problem I'm facing. Okay, I'm coming back. Just hold on a minute. Okay, I'm coming back. My voice is audible, right?
Yes.
Yes, Rahul.
Okay, all right. And I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know if it is visible.
Yes.
And I'm moving my screen and it is also moving, right?
No.
No.
It's not?
No.
Yes, it's in the first page.
Oh. Okay, so you have those documents, right? It's still in the first page?
Yeah.
I'm rejoining again, guys. I have no idea how it's going to be resolved, but let me see. Where is that? Session 5. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Now I'm moving my screen. Is it moving?
Yes, it's moving.
Yeah. Yeah. It's moving. Yeah.
Finally. All right. Now, what we are supposed to discuss, we have already discussed what is flowchart. We have already discussed about like what is going to be how to use Miro, how we can bring up those SDLCs regarding things. But the most important thing that we are supposed to discuss, that is the STLC. So what is STLC is all about? The STLC means software testing lifecycle. Why it is important? We already have some sort of idea. We already discussed that some part of we already discussed. The remaining part we're going to have a detailed discussion whenever we are going to cover the testing phase and all. So that is pending. Okay. The next thing that is we are going to discuss in detail, that is what is STLC. Now, whenever we are going to use any project management tool, like tools like Trello or tools like Notion or tools like Jira, whenever we are going to use those kind of tools, how a issue or how a ticket is moving from here and there, that is the most important thing that we are going to discuss. Okay. Whenever we are going to have a detailed discussion about Jira, we will know, like, okay, I think you guys already aware of it. That is why I'm asking these questions, guys. So guys, do you have any idea like what is an epic, what is a task, and what is a story? Anyone? If you don't know, it's not a crime. All right, so I'm considering as a no. Whenever I'm going to have a detailed discussion about, whenever I'm going to give you some sort of assignment in Jira, I'm going to show you what is epic, what is story, what is task and all. But right now, just consider I'm raising a ticket okay, for my developer. Okay, ticket means you can consider a user story. I'm writing down a user story, you can consider it as a ticket, though in Jira it's going to be considered as ticket with a number. So whenever I'm going to raise the ticket, it's going to go to your developer, right? Because they need to design it. It may be UI UX designer, or it may be a professional developer who is going to write down some codes. Am I making sense, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And please let me know whenever you feel that, Rahul, you are somewhere wrong, or you need to change something, or you have some different kind of ideas. Whenever you feel there is something like that, please let me know. I would love to do that. Okay, all right. The next thing that is you are going to do is, whenever your developer is saying, okay, my job is over now, what you are going to do? Whenever your developer is saying your job is over, and what that particular developer is going to do is, that ticket he is going to reassign to you. Make sense? That ticket, that particular person is going to reassign to you, and that particular person, of course, after publish those things into dev environment or whatever the instances are there, whatever the sandboxes are there, that is I mean, they're going to publish it over there, and they're going to assign the ticket to you. What you can do is, I mean, ethically, or you can consider like ideally, your developer is not the person who should know like who is going to test the product. But whenever you're working in a closed team or a small team, of course, everyone knows like who is going to test it out. But we are discussing in an ideal situation. In an ideal situation, your developer is never going to know like who is going to test it out. Okay. So the business analyst is going to assign the ticket to the respective QA person, and the QA person is going to test it out. Any questions, any concerns, any contradictions if you have?
No.
Okay, so there is no questions. Okay, now there are multiple scenarios out there. Okay, so now let's suppose, Rahul, like the QA person is testing the product or testing that feature or testing the ticket, fine. Now, there can be two ways. If the product is very good, I mean, the developer is so efficient, they developed it in a proper way, so it passed in one chance. That is, I mean, I haven't seen react to react tickets that is there. It's passed in a one chance, so it's a rare chances. But yes, we are considering that. So once it is done, I mean, it's done. If it is passed through QA in one chance, that is fine. We don't have any problem with that. But what if the issue is not covered, or if there are some multiple bugs over there? How these things can be covered? Okay, so this thing can be covered. Your QA person, what the person can do is, they can create a subtask, or they can create some bug ticket and link to the parent ticket. Okay, the parent ticket that is I created for the developer to develop, and right now the ticket with the QA person. What the QA person can do is, they can create lots of new issues, lots of new bugs, and maybe let's suppose for that particular ticket, the QA person initially round one, they initiated 10 bugs over there. So what I'm going to do is, every ticket, first of all, I'm going to check whether those issues are, or, I mean, bugs are not, whether I'm able to replicate those things or not. I'm going to check as a business analyst. I'm going to check those things. Okay. Sometimes, I mean, I don't know whether you have this experience or not. Sometimes I feel that, okay, what are the points the QA person raised? That is not an issue. So that is a feature of the product. Okay, that is actually a requirement. So what I'm going to do is, in that particular scenario, what I'm going to do is, if the issue is not an issue, I'm going to link a reference point over there. Because of what? I mean, I cannot make any comment without any proof or without any documents. If I'm making a comment like, okay, this is not an issue, this is an expected behavior, this is a feature of the product, so I have to share some of the reference over there. Okay, so some of the documentations or anything like that. So I'm going to attach the document over there. I'm going to comment it out. It's not an issue, so you can close it out. the particular issue shouldn't go to your developer, because this is not an issue. Your developer is not the person who is going to review or who is going to analyze those things. You are the person who is going to do that. Make sense? Any questions, guys, so far? All right, so it was quite straightforward. Now, once you find, okay, so there are two scenarios. If the scenario is like if you don't find any issue, you can make it like done, that is covered. But once you find there are some issues, that is a genuine issue, and you are able to replicate those things. So what you can do is you can immediately connect with your developers and ask them to resolve it. It is as straight as possible. Whenever there is any issue, you are going to check it. If it is making sense, you are going to transfer that to a developer, so that developer can fix those things. Make sense, guys? Any questions so far? My voice is audible, guys, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The next tricks or the next concept, that is the most important one. Now, what I'm going to ask is, just imagine, so I'm assigning as a QA person. Let's suppose you guys are QA person. I have assigned you a ticket. In the round one, you checked everything. Of course, you checked it everything. Then only you will ask me, Rahul, there are 10 bugs over there. Okay. So initially you checked everything. That is fine. Whenever I'm going to assign, let's suppose every issue is a genuine issue, those are bugs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign those 10 tickets to your developer, and your developer is going to fix those 10 tickets right now. And once they are done, or maybe one by one, let's suppose they are completing it as a bunch. So those 10 issues is resolved, and they are going to ask me, please test it again. Being a business analyst, again, I'm going to forward that thing to your QA guys. Now, my question is, initially the QA team raised 10 bugs. Right now, my question is, what is the activity that your QA team is going to do? The option one is, QA person is going to check the whole product again or whole feature again that they already covered in the round one, or in the round one they raise 10 bugs. They are going to check only those 10 bugs over here in round two. Am I making sense, guys? Guys, are you there? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
Yeah.
I think they would do a round of testing for the whole feature.
Okay.
Because every phase they'll be testing it, I think,
Mm-hmm.
along with the
Okay.
10 bucks.
Okay. Okay. Any other thoughts, guys?
Yeah, they will test the whole future.
Okay.
Rahul, it will be depending on the product actually. If all the things are interconnected, they need to check the complete product. If the things are not interconnected, so they can just check the backlogs, the 10 backlogs that are created, and
Mm-hmm.
just then move
Yeah.
forward.
Yes, that will be, I can consider this is a good answer. See, guys, the thing is, whenever you are following Agile means we are not delivering the whole product. We are just delivering part of them. Okay. Of course, we will have a detailed discussion about what is Agile and all. So whenever you are following Agile, our testing process is something different. Okay. We are not going to lose. There are multiple types of testing out there, to be honest. Like there is end-to-end testing, there is a performance testing, there is a stress testing, and not only that, there is an integration testing. What Jay was mentioning, like checking interconnections, that is an integration testing. Of course, they will cover the integration testing whenever they are going to merge the builds. Whenever the sprint one, let's suppose what Agile is going to do. In Agile, we are not going to deliver. Let's suppose you need an apple. Okay, you are asking me, Rahul, I need an apple. So in waterfall, what we're going to do is at the end of the phase or the end of the development, I'm going to give you, or I'm going to hand it over the whole apple to you. But in Agile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you pieces of apple. Of course, end of the tenure, you're going to get the whole pieces. But right now, what I'm going to do is phase wise, I'm going to deliver the product. Make sense? Now, now when I'm talking about phase wise, I'm going to deliver the product. Like every phase, you are delivering the product, but you need to connect those phases, right? End of the day, the client need a whole apple. It is like not the pieces wise. So you need to connect them. So whenever they are connecting those, the interconnections, there is comes the integration testing. Of course, we are going to have a detailed discussion about it, guys. So we are not going to have a detailed discussion. So yes, you guys are correct. It depending on the situation. Most of the times, it is expected that a QA person is going to have a whole. I mean, they are going to check it as a whole. But whenever you are following agile, specifically, whenever it round two comes, it is expected that a QA person is only going to check the only 10 bugs. So right now, just imagine from those 10 bugs, again QA person raise, okay, Rahul, some of the issues is resolved, but some of the issues not resolved. So out of 10, 3 issues not yet resolved, and there is another 2 new issues out there. So still 5 tickets or 5 bugs are open. So round 3 is good. Our developer is going to work those 5 bugs. Again, whenever it coming back to your QA person, the QA person is going to check those 5 bugs, and day by day it's going to be reduces. The ticket will be always open until unless your QA person gives you a heads up like, okay, now the ticket is ready for UAT. Without this confirmation, you cannot move any ticket to UAT without any confirmation from your QA person. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So whenever your QA person says, okay, Rahul, go ahead, we are good to go for UAT, then you can consider, okay, my particular STLC is covered. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
So this is a whole life cycle of a STLC. Though I mean, from outside of the world, it's looking like, okay, there is no activity from being a business analyst, like no activity for the STLC part specifically. But no, there are lots of things you can cover. Okay, so that is the thing we are supposed to discuss over here, and we already discussed that. So guys, do you have any doubt, any concerns, any questions for me? So Jay Kumar, do you have any questions for me? All right. Anita,
No question
Preeta,
today, Rahul.
yeah.
No question today, Rahul. It's pretty
Okay,
much
fine.
clear.
Anita, Pritham, do you have any questions, any concerns?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
uh, so a business analyst in the point of testing, so
Mm-hmm.
they need to work closely with the testing team and
See,
um,
the thing is, you are going to be busy. Okay, you won't get that much of time so that you can you can spend some time with the tester guys. But you need to arrange some sort of time. I mean, I'm not talking about like, okay, you have to spend whole 8 hours. No, you can spend 30 minutes, 15 minutes, so that you can go through and check, okay, what's going on, guys? Can you share me what kind of issues, bugs is coming up right now? So it's just those kind of things. To be
okay,
honest, guys, if I'm telling you like you don't need to spend any time, you are not going to do that. If I'm telling you you need to spend some times, you can spend only 5 to 7 minutes with them. Okay, this is a practical I'm sharing with you because you're not going to get that much of time because you do have lots of activities to cover.
okay.
All right. Any other questions, concerns, thoughts, guys? I think we do have another member, right? I lost. Who was that? Okay, all right, no problem. Okay, guys, I think we 5 there. I think we were 6, right?
Yes, we
Yes.
were 6.
We were 6. Okay, no problem. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I will let you know when we will organize the miss sessions. By the time I'm going to share the recording, everything will be shared. Don't worry about it. And if you have any doubt, any concerns, any questions, you can mail
Yeah.
me. I will like, yes, Kumar.
Today I understood all those concepts, but I don't have I didn't attend other sessions, so I don't
No
have
problem.
contest.
Already I mentioned to you in the initial, I mean, initiation of this particular session, I'm going to share you the recordings. I'm going to share you all the documentation that I already been shared to the team. You will have those documentations. Don't worry about it. And go through those things. If you have any doubt, any concerns, of course, we are here to discuss all those things.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. Let me see when we can schedule those things. And I will let you know through email. I will take your confirmation. By the time, have a nice weekend and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.